Hey everyone, today we're going to do something that I haven't done in quite a while, and that's a what's in my bag video. And we're going to pack everything in this backpack, the Brevite Jumper backpack. So Brevite offered to send me this backpack in exchange for featuring it in a video. And I enjoy what's in my bag type videos, and I like backpacks, so I thought, why not? So they gave me this backpack. This is mine to keep. They did not offer additional compensation, and they are not getting any editorial rights or anything on the video itself. So I actually have a trip to Europe planned this week in 2 days, and I need to pack for this anyway, so I figured it might be nice to just have you tag along and pack with me. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to put everything that I take on my carry-on luggage into this backpack. So this backpack is, as you can see, somewhat compact. It's not as compact as the everyday bag that I usually use. My normal everyday backpack is this Deuter backpack, and this is, I don't know how many liters it is, but I think it's sub 10 liters. So it's a very small backpack. It's kind of soft without any padding inside, and this is just what I carry with me when I go to work. So it is kind of larger than that, but it is quite a bit smaller than what I often travel with, and that's this Swiss Gear heavy-duty backpack. The issue with this one is that it's so big and it's so sturdy that you keep adding stuff into it, and I mean I do, and this just holds an impossible amount of stuff, and it gets so heavy, and it's not good for your back, but it's also against the airline rules. So this time I'm flying with a low-cost carrier to Seoul before I fly on to France. So I need to watch that packing weight on everything. So I got the Brevite Jumper backpack in the pine green color. It's a little greener, I think, than it looks on the camera right now, but it's kind of a nice pale green, light army green, I guess. It has a luggage pass-through strap on the back, which I like, because I always have a big roller case where I can stuff this on when I'm not carrying it on my back. Take some pressure off my back. It has a side access panel for your cameras, which is nice. And then it has one front pocket with a few subdividers with this mesh type material, and a decent sized front pocket. And what I like is that you have this main compartment access zipper here, but it's actually behind the front pocket, so it's not immediately obvious that you can open this main compartment and get at the camera gear. The dividers are already installed because I did practice how I will stuff my cameras in there, and we'll see that in just a second. The zippers are pretty smooth. I like them. They don't snag a lot, which is good. They have this kind of semi water insulated zipper on the laptop compartment, and the laptop compartment is large enough to fit either my Surface Pro 8 or my work laptop, which is a Fujitsu, I don't know what this laptop is called, and that just slips right in there without any issues as well. They advertise it as being able to take a, I think 15-inch MacBook Pro, I think, but I don't own any of those, so obviously I wouldn't know. So I'm going to use it for my work laptop this time around. So let's just slip that in there. And then I will also bring a binder of like my vaccination certificate and all sorts of assorted printouts like my hotel reservation. That'll go in there as well. This is A4 and that fits without any issues just as well. All right, that's the laptop compartment, and we'll close that up and we'll move on to the camera stuff. So this time I have decided to bring 3 cameras. One is my Leica Minolta CL, which you can see here. And that will go on this side. And then I will have my GS645 from Fuji, and that will go into the middle pocket. You can see I have straps on all of these, and that's kind of annoying. I might have done a better job if I had clips on there. And then this compartment is going to house my Sony A7C, which obviously I'm using to film this right now, so I can't do that. Then we have the laptop sleeve. Actually doesn't go quite down to the bottom. You can see there's a little space here. It's only like a centimeter or two to the bottom padding, and there is a little padding, but it is not awfully thick. So I thought I would, since I'm already bringing a change of clothes, because I like taking a shower and changing at the destination, I just put this in a Ziploc, try to get as much of the air out as possible. Fortunately, this is an old bag, so it's not very tight, and I will slip that under there. And I'll put it under the laptop sleeve as well. And that fits quite nicely here. And then we'll close up the camera compartment. Now let's move to this pocket. As you saw before, this has a few little dividers here with the mesh. And we will use this for kind of stationary items and stuff like that. So I have a Leuchtturm 1917 notebook. This is A6 size, and I have my fountain pen on there for fountain pen nerds. This is a Lamy 2000 fountain pen with the finest nib they have, and with Iroshizuku Tsukushi brown ink in there, which I quite enjoy. It's a very pleasant color, I think. So I have this in there, and this notebook has all of the main data from my trip. So all the flight times and the reservation numbers and stuff in there, as well as the schedules for the competition. And I will bring that along just in case maybe my phone dies or I need to look something up on the go when I don't have data. And that will go in here. And then the other pocket is, of course, for my Surface Duo. This is the Surface Duo 2 that I have eliminated the camera bump off. If you want to see how, I have a video on that as well. And that will go into the second pocket there. Then we have assorted pens. So I have a Platinum Vanishing Point or a capless pen. That is very nice as well. I have the AF nib in there with black ink, and then I have a Montblanc roller ball pen. And these are in this little sleeve. That'll go in here. And then I have the slim pen from my Surface Duo. And lastly, we'll put my tablet stand, smartphone / tablet stand in there as well. I've had this since I think the original Nexus 7 or so, so it must be over a decade old by now. But works well, it's really compact, and I will slide that in the front pocket as well. I think that's it for the front pockets. Note that this is getting pretty tight with that A6 notebook. And then of course we have that top compartment. This also has a zippered sub-compartment, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. And what we're going to do with that top compartment is we're going to put all my liquids and some medication, lip gloss, nose moistener, deodorant, all that kind of stuff that goes in the quart-sized bag. I will put that in there. And then of course my film, which I intended to have unchecked. I'm not going to bring a ton of film this time because I only have maybe half a day or so for walking around. I'll put that in there. And then I have, of course, various electronic knickknacks. So we are going to have this little pouch from a company called Alpaca. And this was advertised on Instagram. I'm sure plenty of you are getting the same ads as I do. So this is that thing. It's actually quite well made. It has water repellent zippers and has a bunch of different compartments inside. So it's quite handy to have. My little SD card. So this holds 4 SD cards. This is quite nice. It goes into the back pocket here. Then a bunch of different little adapters. So I have USB-C to USB-A, USB-A to USB-C, and then USB-C to USB micro, just in case I want to charge the ZV-1, which is filming the top down. So all of these are going to go in the zipper pocket here, which has little dividers. Just slot them in here. And then I have a little, just a nondescript thumb drive, just in case, for example, I need to print something out at the hotel, then that's always good to have. And then we'll have a SD card reader. It's always handy to have. And I think that's all for the small stuff. So I'm going to zip that up. And then wired headphones, just in case. These are a little pair of JVC headphones that I quite like. Have nice sound for the value. They were quite cheap. Then 2 USB-C to USB-C cables. A GAN 45 watt charger with 2 USB-C ports, which is nice because it can charge the laptop as well as my phone or whatever it is. And yes, and I recommend this to everyone. This is just a tiny power strip. And I already have that European connector on there. And it has 4 outlets, so you don't need to have connectors or power adapters for every single device that you want to plug in. think that's it. Maybe we'll just put the power bank in this little sleeve as well. We'll zip that up. And that'll go in the top as well. And you can probably tell it's getting quite crowded in there. So there's not a ton of capacity in that top pocket, which is a shame because I haven't packed my headphones yet. These are the Sony LEX Mark IV headphones, and the case is kind of bigger and sturdier than I would like. And I don't know if that's gonna fit, so we'll put it under the other stuff, and then we'll put the so that doesn't really look like it's going to fit. So I might just have to put that outside. Maybe I'll just hang it on the strap here. Seen people do this. Not a huge fan of this, but I guess if it doesn't fit inside, that's the only way it can go on there. And then this backpack also has a little zippered compartment here on the back that is probably intended for passports. Fits right in. Austrian passport here will go right in. But I have left my backpack on the train 2 or 3 times. Once at the time I was heading for the airport, and I don't want to repeat that. Obviously, but if I do, I don't want my passport to be in there, because that's the one thing I 100% gonna need for travel. So this will come out there and will go back in my pocket and will stay on me the entire time, except for maybe on the flights. I might just slot it in this little hidden compartment while I'm flying. And then I do have some business cards and stuff, so I might just put those in there instead. That's always handy to have. And for now, I will not use this compartment here, but I think this will be great as a bottle compartment. Once I get to the airport, I always buy some extra water, so that'll be great for that. And then, of course, this backpack has something that I've always kind of wanted, and that's tripod straps on the bottom. So these are nice to have, not because I have a tripod with me. I'm not a tripod person, as you might have noticed. Everything I shoot is handheld, but I would like to put my jacket in there because I do get hot faster than at least Japanese people, and I would like to take that off because usually in trains in winter it tends to get too hot. So we'll just roll my jacket up, and that should slot in there nicely. Yep, and I think that's about all I can pack in this thing. So it's fully packed now. This is about as much as I can get in there, I think. I do like this form factor. It's bigger than my everyday backpack, a bit smaller than that giant Swiss gear backpack that I used to bring on travel. So in a pinch, this will also fit in between my seat and the one in front of me. So, you know, when you don't have the overhead compartment, then that is a must. And my big one was always too thick to slide under the seat in front of me. So it's nice to have this, I think. And I'm looking forward to trying out traveling with this thing. So it has nice kind of soft touch fabric. I am looking forward to seeing how that deals with dirt, because this it feels kind of cottony, soft touch fabric that might get a little dirty once you put it through the wringer. And then the compartments are all nice. I would like to have a pen loop in the front compartment. As you see here, my pens are all kind of just free floating in this front compartment there. If that just had one corded off compartment like this, just for 1 or 2 pens, I would like that. And then I would also like to have a keychain. If there was a key strap that I could latch my keys onto, that would be nice for everyday carry kind of situations. Maybe not for traveling. I think what I would do with the keys is I would put them in here, in this compartment, because that's very accessible from the top. That's kind of where your most accessed items, I think, will have to live. Yeah. One last thing is the straps are kind of not that great. I think every review on this backpack has said that. They are very, very lightly padded. It's kind of a kind of thinnish, slightly rigid foam that doesn't really do much for padding. I think. So if you have a lot of weight in there, and this is still pretty light, even with all the gear that I just put in there. So it should hold up well. But if you put heavy camera gear and stuff in there, I think these straps will not be the most comfortable to travel with. But yeah, I do like the look quite a bit. It's a very understated, compact and clean lined backpack. And I'm looking forward to trying out traveling with this thing. So thanks to Brevite for sending this over. So I made it safely to France, as you might be able to tell. And so far I'm enjoying traveling with this backpack quite a bit. I ended up pretty tightly packed. I did sneak in the headphones in the end too. So that's a little added contents. But maybe as a result of that, it feels like the backpack is really, really tightly against my back, and it's not swinging around at all. So it's really comfortable to walk with. So I really appreciate that. I haven't really experienced any pain from the straps or anything. So it actually feels a little lighter than I had expected. Maybe because it's so tight against my back. But yeah, so far no complaints.